Officials about the threat of a terror attack in America over the 4th of July holiday. Good evening and welcome to the Kelly File, everyone. I'm Megyn Kelly. The Department of Homeland Security is now calling on law enforcement officials around the country to step up security measures ahead of this week's Independence Day celebrations. In New York, where some 3 million spectators are expected to converge for the Macy's fireworks show, the NYPD says it is not taking any chances, loading sanitation trucks with sand to act as protective barriers in case of an explosion, welding shut manhole covers around parts of the city, and strategically placing snipers and spotters in the areas near crowds. Officials fear a recent call to arms by the Islamic State terror group may inspire a lone wolf attack.
There are self-radicalized, self-organized people on social media. Are we concerned about that? Absolutely, we're concerned about it, and that has been seen in Europe. So that's a sign that in the United States, as in Europe and other places in the world, we have to be concerned about it, and we obviously are.
Joining me now, New York Congressman Peter King, who's a member of the House Homeland Security Committee. Thank you very much for being here tonight, Congressman. So is this,
Thank you, Megyn.
Compare the threat that we are seeing right now to the time frame since 9/11.
Megyn, I have to say, I've never seen this level of concern at any time since 9/11. I know in the 10th anniversary of 9/11, we had some concerns, and there's always been, something coming up, and nothing to this extent, nothing. And this goes back, as far as I know, at least 3 weeks. The concern was there. It's been building, and all the indicators are that ISIS does want to carry out an attack. We know they've had operatives here working in the country. There's been 5 arrests in New York in the last week to 10 days, 9 arrests countrywide. I mean, I don't know of any other time where you've had 5 individuals arrested in one city in such a brief period of time, at a time when all the indicators we're getting is that ISIS wants to carry out this attack, and they are intent on doing it. So this is the real deal. And anyone who out there who thinks this is a fake or this is just trying to drum up fear is absolutely wrong. You wouldn't see the NYPD doing what it's doing if they didn't have a real concern.
The initial concern was stated as possible lone wolf terror attack. Is that your concern, or does it go beyond that with the arrest of 5 ISIS supporters in a week?
No, it goes beyond that. Listen, lone wolves are the hardest to find, but also they can obviously kill people, they can cause destruction. But the real concern, more than that, has to be a coordinated attack. When you have 5 individuals in one city arrested within a brief period of time, you have to assume there's coordination. Also, military bases around the country are being fortified more now. Anyone in uniform becomes a target. But in answer to your question, the lone wolf is harder to find, but the destruction is more lethal when it comes in the nature of a coordinated attack.
So this is not, for lack of a better term, normal threat. These are not normal threats that we always hear around holidays like July 4th.
No. No, and I have no idea why Josh Earnest said that the other day, that this is the type of notice that goes out every year. This is just not true. This is for real. I mean, I've been at the meetings. I've gotten the briefings going back 2 and 3 weeks, how concerned they were. And you would not see the manhole covers being tightened out. You would not see the cameras being used the way they are, the nuclear explosive devices in New York, detection devices being used the way they are, the extra personnel being put on, the snipers, all of that. That wouldn't be there if this were just a routine warning. This is the real deal.
Did you just say nuclear?
Yes, yeah, that's a big concern here in New York. Nuclear explosives, the dirty bomb. That's why so much money has been put into explosive detection devices here in New York aimed at nuclear ones. The dirty bomb is a real concern we've always had here in New York, yes. We put tens of millions of dollars into a nuclear detection system in New York.
Okay, but it's like terrorism works by terrorizing people. And so people right now, a number of them are probably out there feeling terrorized before anything has happened. And yet you have to warn them to be on the alert. And in the next breath, after we hear these warnings from Department of Homeland Security and the FBI and the NYPD, and it's not just New York, we hear, enjoy the festivities. How are you supposed to go down to the Macy's fireworks show in New York City or go any place this 4th of July weekend and enjoy yourself without worrying?
Megyn, I can go back to 2 days after 9/11, being in the White House of President Bush. He said we had two things to tell the American people. One, live as normal a life as you can. Don't let the terrorists get the best of us. But also tell people that for the rest of their lives, they have to be concerned about another attack. We have to live a schizophrenic existence. That's the reality of the world we live in.
Wow, and I thought it was just us news folks, but it's everybody. Congressman, great to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your perspective.
Megyn, thank you as always. Enjoy the 4th.
Okay, you too. Well, our next guest can offer insider perspective on the terrorist threat. Morton Storm is a